lot here at Clements Homebrew coming at you today.
Oh, we're very happy. We got some beer going on here.
We've got yet another beer from Mark
that
did a trade with us. Thank you, Mark. He knows who he is. He's related to some of the Simpson characters. Nice guy. And so, he
wait for it.
Resin. You know, I've seen reviews on this. I have always wanted to try this, so thank you.
It kind of looks like a Red Bull can in a way. It's kind of like badass.
It's very cool.
And it's from New York, Brooklyn, New York. Hey, didn't they get a new team there? The Nets? Oh, that sucks, New Jersey. Oh.
This is from SixPoint.
Yeah.
And this one, it's another Imperial IPA today. This is a 9.1 ABV.
Ooh,
so it truly qualifies as an Imperial.
The one I'm excited about, it's 103 IBUs.
And it's called Resin. I mean, come on.
I wonder.
So, wow.
Are we going to get
Here we go, baby.
Taste the pine resin in there? Hey, what is that? Huh. Tap that. Throwing down that.
You know, I still have a hard time getting used to the whole can. It makes me think like I'm opening up a Schlitz malt liquor and hiding under the stands at a football game or something, you know?
Really, huh? How about that?
I don't think I actually ever did that, but that's what it reminds me of.
We got a brewery out here, Fort George. They do out of a can, and so does Caldera. We got a few places out here.
He poured his so gently. I still almost got a finger head.
Well, you know, after the last review with Heady Topper, I was worried that a bunch of shit was gonna just fall
yeah,
in.
yesterday man, that was one. Whew. All right. Wow, I like this one. It's a hazy orange. It's a light orange to amber color, but it's a that's a nice color actually. I like that color.
It has a little bit of, you know.
Yeah, it's pushing to say lacing, yeah, but you know.
I said a little of lacing.
Yep. So, but it's a really nice white, you know, it's a small head, but it's a nice white head on there, so.
Yeah. Nice and compact, though.
Well, I say it's time to get the nose going.
Oh, that's intriguing.
Now, contrary to one we did yesterday, this has a more classic IPA smell. Those really...
It does. It has a good IPA smell.
Those really nice sweet malt characters, just a tad of caramel with it.
Yep. You still get the pine resin in there,
you get the pine resin, but I'm getting the orange for sure right away.
A lot more orange.
But it's a nice... It's the proper... good Imperial IPA balanced aroma. I don't know how else to call it that, but it's
no, it's a
I know this is an
aroma.
East Coast IPA, but it gets this nice cross-country blend of East Coast, West Coast, from my opinion, because I'm getting this tropical fruit aspects coming out of it. I don't know if it's tropical, but I'm getting some really nice orange fruits, some good fruits. But I'm getting a little more of the sweet caramel almost side, which makes me think more on the East Coast side. So you get the orange on both, but it reminds me of a lot of West Coast IPAs.
I would be able to tell better if I drank more on the East Coast. I mean,
but part of these aromas make me think kind of a 90-minute IPA.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I know because I just had one, last week again. So. All right. Well,
let's do this.
Cheers.
We're going to have some beer. Yeah. Well, I know why it is now named Resin.
There's a great video on this that he hasn't seen.
That has a lot of freaking hop resin. But on the undertones underneath there, you actually have a nice sweet malty taste, a little caramel action. You definitely get the floral hops in there. Not as much. Usually I complain about East Coast places having more of a resin hop. You get that big resin taste on the bottom, but you get more of that floral underneath coming through. It's really good.
Yeah, this is an East Coast IPA in my mind now, so Imperial, because I'm not getting so much the tropical flavors in this, but I'm getting
a little bit of tropical.
You get some, but not so much. You get this really solid malt base, caramel flavors, this really good solid malt base, and
this is fantastic. I like it.
I know it's well carbonated because I'm burping already. And you get some sweet hop flavors almost too. Yeah. You get this resinous,
you do get a little
bitter.
sweet.
You get some bitter bite hop on there. Mm-hmm. It's not overpowering any means, but it's there. I'm just gonna build. I can tell. But you get this like sweet hop flavors and these great aroma, hop aromas. You know, floral hops, and then you get the malts and orange flavors. A little citrus, but more to the orange.
Yeah, more on the orange side, more than anything.
I get a little almost, because the bitterness almost comes off like an orange rind, but I also get almost this sweet orange marmalade aspect too. I feel like I kind of get both of them in there.
It's tasty.
It really is. I'm very impressed by this.
Mark, we're going to need a case of this. It's delicious.
I like it.
And it's clear.
You know, I think I like the 90-minute IPA better, but I don't know, because
I'm surprised this hasn't made it out here yet.
I'm
surprised this hasn't made it out here yet.
Yeah, it's a different aspect. Yeah, they just call it SixPoint Craft Ales. This is very
it's from
good.
Brooklyn. It's fucking resin, man. It's fucking resin. You get it out of a can. None of that classy bottle shit.
This is going to have to go up on the wall with the beers. I like it that much.
It's a good
with
beer.
The bottles, yeah.
I think it's badass. It's got the cool star on there, whatever that star is called that everyone has tattooed on their freaking elbows. Not me.
All right, I don't know about him, but I already know for me. So we're going to take a break because I've got to think how I'm going to rate this.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Cheers. We both had to ponder on this.
Well, I didn't ponder so much as drink.
Well, yeah. And very pleasurable drink. So you said you're all over this, so why don't you just go?
I got
my numbers here.
I'm going to throw it out there. This is a 94. This is fantastic. I really, really like it. I think it's a good beer. It really hits there for me on all notes. I love the resin taste, but it has the floral taste with the hops and everything. And it's super hoppy, so you get everything, especially, and it's Imperial, so it's high alcohol. I mean, why wouldn't I like it?
Well, I like that, because we come to our conclusions ourselves. We might talk about it, but and I met a 94 also. And the way I justify is this: there are just a few IPAs that I have to put above this that are in the world class. I'm so tempted to put it in world class, but I also have to take into bearing the other ratings I put out there, and so I'm giving it a 94. This is kind of at the top of the excellent range for me.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this could easily get out there to compete with the top ones, but it's not going to win. Wonderful, wonderful. What about overall? Where are you?
95 straight up. You know, I debated on 95 with the normal one. I said, you know what? I'm enjoying this taste too much for myself, so I'm going to put it at 95 for myself, 94 overall for Imperial, and that's how I feel. I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. Like, look at this badass can it comes in. I mean, it looks like, I don't know. I like the fact that it comes in a can. I don't know how much it costs, but it's a good tasting beer out of a can. And this would be a primary beer that I would drink all the time. It's up there with Lompoc, it's up there with Firestone, it's up there with Pliny, and it's probably more accessible than Pliny. I don't know. At least on the East Coast.
On the East Coast, I don't know.
It is Brooklyn though, so it might not make it out of that realm very fast. This is where we differ again. So now I'm going to go back down, and I don't want to take anything away from this beer because I think this is a really great beer. And granted, Beer Advocate's rating this lower than we are. I think we really both are enjoying this one. But I'm going down to 92. And the only reason I say that,
part of the thing that I love about, two of the things I really love about this beer is the wonderful, wonderful base that it has, with a great malt base and the caramel flavors and so forth. And then these varying hop flavors in the resin. I'm enjoying the resin.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm loving this. But if I had to go and pick then between this and other beers, there are several other beers that I would pick first. So therefore I go to a 92 on my overall.
Anyways, I definitely know that this is a top ranked beer for me. And the nice thing is with top ranked beers, you can distinctly tell the different flavors, know that there's different stuff about it, and it's awesome because it's just how they use the notes in the how they switch the barleys, the yeast and everything. There's so much complexity in them that it can be top ranked. Unlike which wine, sorry to upset some of you guys, wine, it depends on what region it came from and how well they grew it, okay? Whatever. There's nothing original about wine. It comes from the ground, whatever. Top ranked beers, that's original right there. It comes from someone's soul and they made it.
And he couldn't be more wrong. And those of you that think that we're just the same, no. Top-ranked wines are very different. The problem is there aren't a lot of top-ranked wines, and most
they
of us
cost a shit ton of money.
most of you would never know because you couldn't afford them. And you know, $80 and up, and I've had some, and it's also an acquired taste, and that's also true for beer. Top-ranked beers are an acquired taste. It takes time to build that up, and you all know that. You got into craft beers, and it's like you explore. This is a top-ranked beer. I'm just saying it's not the top of the top.
We are hoity-toity over
and we're hoity-toity. Anyway, we're just enjoying this beer way too much.
It's good. All right. So from Clements Homebrew,
life is too short
to drink cheap beer.
We'll see you
on the next beer review.